This morning I woke to a reality, cold morning where the warmth of my blanket envelops me and comforts me to my bed, bidding me to sleep a while longer and enjoy the comforts of doing nothing, till I'm lulled back to sleep, to a dream that never becomes a reality, because the feeling of idleness is much sweeter than exerting myself to activities that'll bruise me, tire me, and cost me. However, this morning I awoke to the invitation of paths that invited me to traverse them, paths of intertwined dirt roads that meandered through the parched earth, with no oxbow lakes as shortcuts, giving me ample time, ample opportunity to explore the scenery without any shortcuts, giving me more time to breathe in the fresh, warm air, the warm, cold air of spring, more time to see the sun rise like a bridegroom out of his chamber, and hear the sound of birds chirping. Those who awoke long before the rest of us, from their long wintry nights to a dawn of preceding summer days, to days where the green blades of grass break through parched, scorched earth, to carpet the fields with a light hue, and to new life growing where the fire scorched the earth, and new life coming where there was destruction, like a falcon rising from the ashes, like a defeated person rising from nothingness to victory. A new life growing where the fire scorched the earth, a new life coming where there was destruction, like a falcon rising from the ashes, like a defeated person rising from nothingness to victory. And as we rise up in obscurity, and we see things in a different view, and we realize that the things that we thought were difficult are no longer difficult, and we realize that the sun, as it rises, our hope rises. And so we realize that every effort that we made in the past is not futile. We realize that every prayer that we made is not in vain. We realize every sweat that we sweat was not in vain. Then we need to continue past every point of decision. We need to continue when we are in the point of indecision, and we need to know that we are not insignificant. We need to know that there is a purpose to our lives. We need to know that there is a victory that lies ahead despite the juncture that we face, despite the indecision that we might find ourselves in. But we need to continue. We need to press on, even though the ground beneath us may be shaky, even though the ground us may not be smooth, and even though around us may be scorched earth. But we need to realize that one day that all that is underneath will grow. We need to just know that it is a season, and we need to press forward. We need to press past the valleys. We need to press past the obstacles. Because everything that we face in this life is only for a season. Everything that we face in this life is temporal. And so sometimes we enter situations where everything around us is dead and there is no hope. We need to press on and not give up. And so many of us in the past years have tried businesses, have tried to venture into business, and there have been approached with setback after setback. But we need to know that there is a victory that lies ahead, that every sweat on our brow was not in vain, that even though we pressed forward and we're hit with COVID and lockdowns, we need to know that there is a purpose. Even though we pressed forward and there were floods, we need to know that there is victory that lies ahead. We need not to give up, but we need to press forward, even though everything around us may tell us to give up. Even though everything around us may tell us that there is death, but know that if your roots go deep down and you know that you are anchored, you know that even though the fires may scorch your faith, even though the fires may burn every hope that is around you, you know that you will come out victorious. And even though the past winters have scorched the grass around you and the fires preceding spring have burnt everything, you must know that you will sprout, that everything that is black, everything that is dark, everything that is hopeless will be life. You need to go forward even if your ankles are hurting, even though your arms are hurting, even though you woke up early in the morning and you know that everything inside of you is telling you not to go forward. You need to continue forward. You need to continue going. You need to continue pressing on, because the moment we give up, that is when we fail. We fail not because we have failed. We fail because we have failed to try, as that old famous adage says. And the worst type of failure is when you do not realize what you could have achieved. The worst type of failure is when you do not realize what you have missed out on, and you come to a point of comfort. You come to a point of being satisfied with the status quo, because you do not realize that if you had pressed past the labor pains, you would have given birth to the thing that you have conceived, to the thing that you've been impregnated with. And so our failure is a lack of consistency that kills our confidence, because we go 3 steps forward and 2 steps backward, and sometimes we go 3 steps forward and we go back 4 steps backward, and we write off every effort. We write off prayer because we do it in part. We write off gym routines because we do them in part. So we never realize the full and the true benefit of sticking it in and being consistent in what we do, until we come to a realization of achieved. If we have gone past the forest, if we have gone past the dirt roads, if we have gone past, until we get to a point where we deliver what we've been impregnated with, until we get to a point where we realize the victory of the pain that we've gone through. Let us press forward. Let us never give up. Let us continue.